So I saw the Tragedy of Macbeth at the New York Film Festival. I wasn't there for the opening because I wasn't even in New York, but they added a screening later when I was there. So I managed to watch it. Let's talk about it. First, shout out to the person who recognized me at the film festival. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you that much. Like, the movie started like 5 minutes after we started talking, and then afterwards I really had to dip fast because I was already late for a dinner. So shout out to you. Tragedy of Macbeth though. Oh boy, I liked it. Oh man, I might get my film Twitter card revoked from this. Nah, not really. I just said I liked it. What the fuck? Okay, filmmaking wise, this movie is fucking excellent. It's one of the best of the year. Absolutely. The cinematography, guys, I know a lot of people talk about cinematography. This is an absolute flex of cinematography I've ever seen one. Every frame, bro, gas. That shit, fire. Every frame, I'm like they didn't need to do that. Like, this is just a normal shot of someone walking through a hall. They didn't need to do this. Like, what is this? It is so good. That is like probably like my favorite part of it all. The black and white just adds to it. It looks so good. It is so impressive. Honestly, a lot of technical elements of this film is great. The costumes, the production design, the sound. I was surprised at how good the sound design was. I mean, it was great. It was really, really great. I mean, just as a visual experience, it is one of the best of the year. And the performances, Denzel Washington, Frances McDormand, Corey Hawkins, Catherine Hunter. I mean, everyone in the cast is really great. And no, Denzel Washington does not speak in an accent. Honestly, he doesn't need to. The performances are great. Denzel Washington is awesome, as he fucking always is. Frances McDormand is good. But like, there's a lot of baggage with Frances McDormand because like, this just clearly isn't one of her best performances. Like, it's not. So I guess we can talk about that when I talk about the Oscars here. But even with that being said, everyone's excellent. So once again, I do like this movie, and I'm surprised at how entertaining it was, how fast it went. I fucking appreciate all those. My issue with this is not even really with the movie, but I am a human being, okay? And personal enjoyment kind of counts for this. I do not fuck with Shakespeare. I can't. I just can't fuck with Shakespeare. Every time my English teacher, whether in high school, I don't even know if he did it in college, but in high school would say, okay, class, now we're starting our section on Shakespeare. I just wanted to end my life there. Like, I just don't care about Shakespeare because, not that I don't appreciate the influential figure that Shakespeare is. I mean, who the fuck am I, right? It's Shakespeare. But the dialogue, dude, I just can't. I just can't. The first like 10 minutes of this movie, when they started speaking, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Like, this is just gonna be it. This is gonna be it. And I'm sorry, but like, I struggle. I do struggle. I'm clearly not smart enough. If we want to go that pretentious route where you're not smart enough for Shakespeare, I guess that's me. And Shakespeare stands, if there is any, please. This is not like a bag on it. This is really a reflection on me that I can't do it. I just can't. Now, even with that being said, like I, said a little bit earlier, it is still like very entertaining, and I actually understood it better as it kind of kept going because, first 20 minutes, I was like, oh boy, this is going to be a long movie. But there are actually times where I understood what was going on and what they were talking about. I feel like I kind of picked it up the more it went along. They said jokes with that Shakespeare dialogue that I laughed at. And I was like, oh shit, I laughed because I understood it. I like almost felt proud of myself. But having said that, I still do struggle with Shakespeare. Like, I just do. When Matt Neglia saw it from Next Best Picture, I asked him, I said, how accessible is this for general audiences? And he said, it is probably as accessible as it'll ever be considering the text. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but he said stuff like that. 100% agree. I'm probably the good example for that. The fact that this did start to go by really pretty fast, the fact that I was pretty entertained throughout, that or maybe not entertained is wrong, like I was kind of locked in and I was following along with it. I mean, that's a win. That is a win unto itself for there. And like I said, the filmmaking alone, if you like really appreciate that, you're just watching it, you're just like, well, this is just amazing. Like, this is amazing. Like, I'm 5 stars, whatever. But I can't lie. I usually do this test of would I recommend this to my friends. In my friend group that ranges from they only watch big movies to closer to me, myself. I don't think I would recommend we watch this for movie night. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that would happen. they would be so lost. And I don't know. It would be tough. It would be tough, and it would certainly challenge audiences. But it is a little different because it's clearly Macbeth, right? So I think you go in knowing it's Shakespeare. You probably go in expecting to hear that dialogue, and that's what you get. I left a review on Letterboxd where I just quoted what Tony Stark said in the first Avengers.
Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
Kind of, I don't know why that just like popped in my head, but that's like to the extent of which I understand Shakespeare. I don't know. This movie's interesting, honestly, because I don't even know if there's anything bad I can say about it. I don't think there is, because considering the text of Shakespeare, considering the filmmaking and technical aspects of it, the cinematography, the performances, the direction, the sets, there's really nothing bad to talk about. But my own personal like enjoyment of it, that counts for how I feel about a movie. That just does. And I am immediately limited by Shakespeare. So it's tough. For you guys, I obviously recommend you guys see it. And I know a lot of you guys will. For some of my friends, I don't know. Try it out. You can try it out. Comes on Apple TV Plus in like January. And there's a theatrical release on Christmas. So, check it out. But for me, The Tragedy of Macbeth, yeah, that's a 3.5 stars right there. Listen, relax. Okay, relax. It is not on the movie. It is just Shakespeare and my dumbass. Okay, so let's relax. In terms of Oscars, it is tough. I'm still under the influence that the Academy doesn't fuck with Shakespeare that much. Not that much. At the same time, like I said, the technical elements of this movie are so like undeniably great. It's not like this is just a great technical movie that'll like struggle to campaign. Directed by Joel Cohen, who's won an Oscar. Denzel Washington, who's won an Oscar. Frances McDormand, who obviously has won an Oscar. A24 backing it, along with Apple TV, who we've learned it just isn't afraid to spend the money. Who knows? As far as the big ones, do I have it in picture? No, I don't. I think I would have it in the top like 15, but I don't have it getting into picture. I still think there is a decent section of the Academy that just doesn't like Shakespeare that much. Screenplay, no, because it's really just taken from the text. Shakespeare hasn't been nominated for a screenplay since like Hamlet, Kenneth Branagh. So I don't think that. Cinematography, I do think that'll get in. I mean, if it doesn't, that is actually insane. That would actually be fucking crazy if it didn't get in. I hope it does. And then for the rest, it's kind of on the fringe. Costume design, production design, sound. It's all like on the fringe. And I haven't finalized my October predictions for the Oscars yet. I'm planning to record that maybe tomorrow or whenever. Fucking whenever. So I haven't locked anything yet, but it's on the fringe for a lot of stuff. Cinematography, I think, is the best bet for it, at least. Other than that, it's like kind of on the fringe for Best Picture. I just don't see it. Director, I guess on the fringe. I would probably have Cohen in my top 10, but not in the top 5. One thing I do think will happen, though, I do think Denzel will probably get in. I'm not as strong on that as a lot of other people, just because I really do think Shakespeare is an obstacle for people. And I don't want to overstate that, but I also don't want to understate that like some people do too. So I do think that might be a struggle. I still think he gets in. Frances McDormand, as of this date, there's still nothing confirmed, but I did read an article. I don't remember if it was from Variety or not, where they said it's unlikely Frances McDormand goes into supporting. That could change. I might be remembering that wrong, but I'm keeping her in lead for now. And since she is in lead, I do not have her in the top 5. In the top 10, I do, not in the top 5. So I guess that's a little sneak peek there for you. But The Tragedy of Macbeth, it's an interesting movie. I'm curious to know what you guys think about it when you guys see it. So with that being said, that will be it. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. Take care. Stay safe.